Pop-Up Art Cafes for veterans, by veterans, and with veterans. Before we get started, we have some very important people to recognize. First, we'd like to recognize Terry Monachek and Jordan Hyatt Miller from the Arts and Council of El Dorado County. Can you guys put your hands together for Terry and Jordan? Thank you for having us. And next, we'd like to recognize from the Art Institute, Kathleen Ellertston. Can you wave? Give your hand, give a round of applause for everybody. Next, as most of you know, or if you don't know, the Mental Health Oversight and Accountability Commission, a California state agency, has funded VetArt for us to be able to come to all these different counties in California and help showcase veterans from all over the state. So can you guys give it up for MASOC, Mental Health Oversight and Accountability Commission? And next, last but not least, our skipper. He's not a veteran himself, but he should be an honorary veteran. He's dedicated his life passion to helping veterans like myself. Can you put your hands together for Steve Dilley. My name is Darron Devillez, and I'm the Master of Ceremonies here today. And next, I'd like to bring up our cultural representative, Mr. Ivan Sam, to give a land acknowledgement.
Yad She Ivan Sam and Jackie Orange Law Twaid Lini Bashichin Kabaha Dasha Do my Deskiji Dashanala what are the Nanchle. Hello, my name is Ivan Sam. I am a US Navy veteran, served 2 tours during the Gulf War. I am the cultural ambassador for VetArt project, and I would like to welcome you all here to the Veterans Art Project, Veterans Pop-Up Community Arts Cafe at the Placerville Veterans Memorial Building. Right now, I would like to start with the call to acknowledge First Nations of this land, the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Nisenan, Cayuse, Omatia, and Walla Walla tribal nations. We acknowledge that the land on which we gather today is their traditional territories. It is also important to acknowledge that this land remains the shared space amongst them as well. Today, I would like for you to join me by learning more about the local indigenous tribes in your community and getting to know the land they once occupied. Responsibility and taking action in acknowledging First Nations and their lands. The acknowledgement of indigenous lands ultimately provides exposure and a learning opportunity for individuals who may have never been on these lands, and also the ones that still continue to live here today. It is also worth noting that acknowledging the land is indigenous tribal protocol, and the practice establishes a respectful routine and habit of supporting reconciliation. Building relationships. Land acknowledgement by itself is just a small gesture. It becomes meaningful when coupled with authentic relationship, building, community participation, informed intentional action. Building relationships also is also important aspect of starting solidarity as well. A great place to start is going on to tribal gatherings, powwows, tribal museums, or yearly events like California Indian Day celebrations. Reciprocity. Learn about oppression and privilege. Learn about the history of colonization. Learn about California Indian peoples and their cultures. Learn about the land you live on right now. There are many books, blogs, documentaries, tribal nation websites, plays, songs that California Indian people have written and performed that are great places to start learning. I would like to thank you all for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you all throughout this event. And I'm going to share some songs here to put some prayers down for the 4 directions and for this event as well. Thank you. Ya hene ne hana yo wana ya na hene yo we ya na he ya dai ne ya hana yo wana ya na hene yo we ya hene ne hana yo wana ya na hene yo we ya na he ya dai ne ya hana yo wana ya na hene yo we ya hene ne hana yo wana ya na hene yo we ya na he ya dai ne ya hana yo wana ya na hene yo we ya hene ne hana yo wana ya na hene yo we ya na he ya dai ne ya hana yo wana ya na hene yo we Wani le ye ye, wani le ye ye, wani le ye ye, wani le ye ye, wani le ye ya na hene. Wani le ye ye, wani le ye ye, wani le ye ya na hene yo we. Wani le ye ya na hene ne, wani le ye ye, wani le ye ye, wani le ye ya na hene. Wani le ye ye, wani le ye ye, wani le ye ya na hene yo we. Hene. Many we chone ayana hene, we yana na, we yana hayana 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 hene. Many we chone ayano hana, we yana na, we yana hayana hene yo we. We yana na, we yana hene. Many we chone yana hene. We yana na, we yana hene yo we. Hene. Ikone heke ya bakage. Orland, America, wanana hayana hene yo we. Ikone heke ya bakage, Orland, America, wanana hayana hene yo we. Like an eagle in the sky, see him fly, forever free, hayana hene. Ikone heke ya bakage, Orland, America, wanana hayana hene yo we. Aho. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan. That's always so very moving for me. Again, my name is Darron Devillez, and I am a disabled veteran. I lived with undiagnosed PTSD for 30 years. In fact, in 2008, I was a homeless veteran holding a sign. And when the VA came to me and they said, Mr. Devillez, you have what's called PTSD. And I thought, okay, PT, that means physical training, and SD, that one means San Diego. Oh, great, I'm just a little out of shape. But I often try to use comedy to minimize what's going on. I knew something a lot worse was at play in my life. I spent 30 years self-medicating, full of nightmares, full of flashbacks, losing custody of my children, going to prison several times. And some years, I built 2 homes for Bill Gates. Some years, I was on top of the world, and things would just crash in an instant. And it wasn't until I saw a therapist, and because in that 30-year period, I was self-medicating with a lot of illegal drugs, the VA sat us down and said, well, you can take these psychotics and these stimulants and these for that. And then they wanted to give me another 6 pills to combat the side effects of all those medications. And I said, you know what, if you give me those medications, you know what I'm going to do? Give me about 2 months, I'll probably start abusing them. And in about 3 months, I'll start selling them. And then I'll be back to square one. So my therapist made a suggestion. She said, Darron, do you want to try art as a healing modality? And at first I kind of giggled. Art? How's art going to help me? She literally brought a box of crayons and some construction paper to our first session. And it was right around Thanksgiving, so you know what I did? I did my little Thanksgiving turkey. And I'm no Picasso. But it put a smile on my face. And I got through that session. And then we went on to some other things, some paintings, ceramic work, woodwork. And then I built a mask. And on that mask, I had to design the outside of what I thought people saw in me. And then I had to design the inside of the mask of what was going on in here that I was too afraid to share with people. So in between all this therapy, the VA comes at me and they use these 3 adjectives. They said, you know, your case is complex, it's complicated, and it's individualized. And we want to help you. We want to compensate you for the misery you've been living in. Because you see, Mr. Devillez, you're unemployable. And the second they used that term, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Unemployable. Wait a minute, I know I got some fight left in me. So I stayed in a men's recovery home for 18 months. And in that 18-month period, I got a Section 8 voucher for veterans. So I got my family back. And that was just the start. I went on to get a master's degree, and now I'm a communication professor of 5 different colleges in San Diego. And then there's what I really love to do most, is that to be here with other veterans and to pass my story on and to help other veterans learn to tell their story. So really the bottom line why we're here is to advocate for art as a healing modality. And is my story unique? No, because each and every one of you either do have a story to tell, or you know someone who may be holding a sign, or maybe self-medicating to get over their fears and to deal with life. So we need to advocate that art is a new type of healing modality that the VA needs to prescribe in a little yellow bottle. Take the arts. Right? Got 15 years of sobriety. Never taken any medication. And I've been challenged. 2 years ago, my son passed away in a horrible, horrible accident. What did I turn to? My friends at VetArt and art. So it's not only helped me to deal with my PTSD, but it helps me to deal with life in general. And I'm sure each and every one of you can say the same. Now, in addition, Steve wants me to he tells me I got to tell this part of my story because it's powerful just as much as every other part. I just became a homeowner, bought my first home. So it is possible that we can go from holding a sign to putting Devillez Family Home sign. Yeah. And so can each and every one of you, and so you can inspire those veterans who are coming in off the street who have not yet found their voice to help them find their voice. You guys enjoy yourself today. If you see one of these walking around, or if you get one, please scan it. It's going to take you to a survey that we need, because we're going to end up at the state capitol again in October. And we're going to go there and we're going to advocate for veterans. The ones that we worked with and the ones that are still out there that are lost. Sound good? Let me see you smile.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day today, you guys. It's kind of an organic process. The crowds filter in and filter out. Tell them your story. Showcase your artwork. Have a great day.